Here we go with the Wednesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. It's the online video that we do daily that's geared towards weather enthusiasts, weather hobbyists, people that are interested in science, and those whose occupation might really depend on the weather. You need a more detailed forecast than you're ever going to find on any junky app on your phone or even on TV. My time is restricted on TV. I've only got a few minutes, and I can't get into the kind of detail that I can on a video like this. I want to start out showing you what's going on currently as I record this. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the currents because most of you will watch this well after I recorded it, but it was a beautiful day today. We had sunshine. Clouds are starting to thicken up this evening ahead of a storm system that's brewing out here across the Midwest. Now, this doesn't look like much now, but as we get into tomorrow, this will be a shower producer for us. Severe weather threats confined down into the southeast this evening. I mentioned how beautiful it was today. Dew points have been pretty negligible today, mostly in the 50s, even some 40 dew points showing up in parts of northeast Ohio, northwest PA. Nice pristine sky out there this afternoon with this dry air mass. All right, we do have rain coming our way, unfortunately. Let's talk about the timing of this tomorrow. Now, the rain tomorrow, the consistency of it is a little bit in doubt. This may kind of come and go and just be kind of light at times, but, it's something we're going to have to deal with. Start of the day tomorrow, it's probably dry up until 8 or 9 a.m., but by midday, showers are probably becoming more and more likely, stretching from west to east across Ohio. If the data will load for me, well, maybe it's not going to, but as we get into the midday and the afternoon tomorrow, that's when the showers, I think, are most likely. Could even be a thunderstorm here and there tomorrow, but not counting on much in the way of thunder and lightning. All right, bear with me for just a second because I am going to bring up another source here so we can actually take a look at the model data since my program is not being real cooperative with me this evening. All right, let's take a look at the high-res NAM, and we want to show you the simulated radar product for tomorrow. So as we get into the day tomorrow, again, not first thing in the morning, but more so in the midday and afternoon, some showers pushing through. Here we are at at 4 p.m., I should say. Some showers pushing through at that time, and into the evening, some showers still around. Of course, the Scrapper's home opener is tomorrow, and yeah, there could be a shower tomorrow evening. I doubt there's any lightning and thunder with this, though. Notice how there could be some beefier action tomorrow evening in central and southern Ohio. I suspect that's probably a miss for us. So again, just a review. First thing in the morning, dry tomorrow, but then showers pushing in midday and off and on through the afternoon tomorrow. Now, rainfall amounts tomorrow will be higher than we like, but generally should be manageable because this is going to fall over a 12 to 18-hour period. Here's the latest short-range ensemble mean rainfall total tomorrow. It's about 1/3 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Now, some members of this have higher amounts, up to an inch, but the mean, or the average, of all 21 members of the SREF is between 1/3 and 1/2 an inch. So I can't rule out that someone gets 3/4 of an inch worth of rain tomorrow, especially if you get some sort of stray downpour or thunderstorm. Most of us 1/2 an inch or a little less. That's manageable. We don't want it, but it's fairly manageable. Now, things are going to change as we head towards the upcoming weekend, unfortunately. So Friday is going to be a halfway decent day. Here's Friday morning. We get a little break here as the initial round of moisture pushes off to the east, and then the atmosphere is starting to reload off to the west. Low pressure is starting to take shape out here. And it's going to get better organized as we go through Friday and into Friday night. Here's Friday afternoon. I suspect we're largely dry, just pretty cloudy. But by overnight Friday night, as this low starts to crank up and become, definitely a little more organized down towards the lower Ohio Valley, steady rain is going to push north and east. So we're going to start to see some steady rain developing Friday night. This does not bode well for the weekend. Over the past few days, we've been kind of advertising the weekend as not a washout, but some raindrops, yes. But now it looks like this low is not only stronger, but slower as a result of being stronger. So this is going to get in our hair and stay in it for a while. Here's the early morning hours Saturday morning, daybreak Saturday, raining. Some of this rain could be heavy as we get into the afternoon on Saturday. Probably still raining, as the surface low is going to be centered somewhere over the panhandle of West Virginia or southeast Ohio. Now, there might be a dry slot trying to work in at some point here Saturday afternoon, meaning the rain might shut off for a time or lighten up, but a little too early to get real specific on that. I do suspect that the heaviest of the rain overall is probably Saturday morning, but the afternoon, again, there can still be at least some showers around into Saturday evening. And then as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, as this low shifts off to the east, we'll get in on the back side of this with more showers. Now, Sunday is probably not a day where it rains the whole day, but there will be these showers that come and go. You know, if this were the winter time, there'd be a lot of gnashing of teeth about the exact track of this low. This is one of those situations that if it were winter, it'd be a real tough situation between snow and mixed precipitation and rain. But of course, it's not winter, so of course this will all be liquid precipitation, and some of it, again, pretty heavy, especially Saturday morning. So unfortunately, if you have outdoor plans this weekend, Saturday's a borderline washout. Sunday's not great either. You know, with this low cranking up towards Binghamton here Sunday afternoon, that's a cool, raw breeze out of the north. There's going to be rain showers around. It is going to feel like fall Sunday afternoon, not the last Sunday of June. It's going to be remarkably cool. Now, this is going to get out of our hair by early next week, so by Monday, we're at least temporarily drying out. But, you know, as you take a look at the upper level pattern early next week, this is what we had in the winter. Let's show you the vorticity, and up here at 18,000 feet, the general flow of things. There we go, with a big ridge out west, trough in the east. This is the exact flow or the pattern that we had all winter. It's what produced a warm winter in the west and a cold winter in the east. This is the summertime version of this, so we're not going to be cold, but we will be cooler than average for the weekend and much of next week. Now, I think we still squeeze in some days next week where it's 75, 76 degrees. That's not bad, but it's not pool weather for most, and it's not the kind of weather we typically have right around July 1st. All right, so the rain over the weekend. Some of this, unfortunately, you know, is going to get pretty heavy. Let me show you. This is the National Weather Service rainfall forecast, and I agree with this mostly. From now, or starting tomorrow morning when it starts raining, through Sunday night. You know, we're talking about an average of probably 3 inches or so. I think that might be a little overdone, but not by much. I think we've got a solid 2 to 3 inches or so worth of rain coming our way starting tomorrow morning and then taking us through Sunday evening. And, you know, this is not good news. This is going to aggravate flooding situations, and people are desperate to mow their grass. Everybody's yard is a swamp, and, you know, this isn't going to help matters whatsoever. So, again, I wish I had better news for the weekend, but I just don't. Now, as far as next week, and of course we have the 4th of July coming up in about a week and a half. Here's the upper level pattern. Again, ridge in the west, trough in the east. Now, as we go through time, this is going to subtly change some. Now, even by next Thursday, the 2nd of July, same general pattern here. This is a below average temperature regime for us. Pretty comfortable, yes, but again, below average. Now, as we head towards the 4th, here's Friday the 3rd. The pattern advertised a shift ever so subtly, with the ridge centered more over eastern parts of the Pacific rather than the west coast. That will allow the trough to maybe shift a little further west, and this high over the Atlantic to budge west a little bit. And what that would do is allow some warmer air to try to filter in from the south and west, just in time for the 4th of July holiday weekend. So here is Saturday, the 4th of July. Now, this tells us nothing about precipitation, but it does show us that the ridge is here, the trough is out here, and with this ridge here, perhaps pumping in some warmth, we might have a halfway decent 4th of July weekend in terms of temperatures. It might be warmer than it was during the previous work week, so we could be dealing with 80s, perhaps, for the 4th. What about precipitation? Well, too early to say. This sort of pattern is one that certainly could produce some showers and storms, but we'll, of course, have a much better idea as far as precipitation, both amounts and timing, by early on next week, or even as early as this coming weekend. So stay tuned on that one. Thank you for watching the Wednesday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. More updates throughout the evening on Facebook, and we'll keep those tweets coming as well. And you can check out Jess's forecast tomorrow morning if you're an early riser. WFMJ today. Be sure and follow Jess on social media. She's doing a great job with the information flow during the mornings and the middays. Have a great night.